Hey, what's going on, everyone, over on the Altcoin Kings YouTube channel? My name is Rob, and I'm back with you guys again to chronicle a little bit more about what is happening regarding Shiba Inu at the moment and where the token is headed, as far as the crazy millionaires that the coin is creating right now as we speak. Some of those will never know that they're millionaires. You could be a millionaire for all you know. But at the moment, I kind of want to talk about a few stories surrounding Shib, as I do think that they are, they allow us to get a better idea of where the price of this coin will be in just a few days, which helps you guys make informed decisions about whether or not you want to buy this coin. So the first thing and the first tweet that I found relatively interesting was this one here from Morning Brew, where they talk about how about last year at some point, a guy or girl was able to put about $8,000 into Shib token, which at the time would have seemed like an outlandish, crazy investment, but since then has turned into roughly 5.7 billion with a B dollars. And I think this is really crazy for a few reasons. The first and biggest reason is that this is most likely a locked wallet, a wallet that can no longer be accessed, as this person almost definitely would have pulled their money out about 6 months ago when Shib was pumping for the first time. But the fact that they still have it either means that they have hands of absolute steel and diamonds, or it's a locked wallet, which I think is the much more likely case, and I think is something that's really, really sad to see, but is also kind of good for the community, as this wallet holds around 17% of the total supply of Shib. If this person were to dump and collect their billions, which I absolutely would not blame them for, that would absolutely liquidate the market and probably drive the price of Shib down significantly. So I think that there are some good and bad aspects to this case, but it's extremely sad for the individual who now is a multi-billionaire and cannot touch those funds. And even if they could touch those funds, it's kind of murky on whether or not they would actually be able to sell. I'm sure it would tank the price, but I don't know how much they would actually be able to get out. If it were me, I would just sell in small increments to kind of take my funds and see what I could do there, but I definitely think this is a super sad story at the moment, that, it sucks for that individual. So let's move on here. The next thing I wanted to kind of cover here, and that is the fact that Coinbase is currently sitting at the #1 spot on the App Store, which is just past TikTok, who has been sitting there for a very, very, very long time. Now, what does this mean? Coinbase covers a variety of cryptocurrencies and allows you to buy, sell, and trade, but I think the biggest reason why it has currently rocketed up to the #1 spot is simply because people want to purchase Shiba Inu. And that seems like a crazy take, but at the moment, when you look at the Coinbase volume and you look at what's being bought, Shib makes up the great majority of it. We have seen the market cap of Shib go up considerably, and a lot of that comes from the ease of access of an app like Coinbase, which makes it so easy to buy Shib. I think that is the #1 reason why you're seeing Shib on the charts for the Android App Store, the Apple App Store, or the Coinbase be on the charts, my bad. But I think that's why you're seeing it so high, and I definitely think it's more about Shib at the moment than it is about a lot of other currencies. So I definitely think this is good for Coinbase, and I'm sure Coinbase is absolutely ecstatic that they decided to list Shib when it was seen as somewhat of a bad decision just a few months ago. I remember them being clowned as a platform when they listed Shib, because at the time they were branding themselves as only listing legitimate projects, in which now Shib is widely seen as a legitimate project. Now that we've had this pump and there's all this news around the SHIBASWAP platform, I definitely think that them listing Shib was a good idea, and I think Coinbase being so high on the App Store is representative and indicative of Shib's place right now in the mainstream, and how many people are actually trying to jump in and get their hands on their small fortune of Shib before it absolutely takes off. So let's move on to the next news here. I don't want to take too long on that previous one. Shib actually now has a larger market cap than Robinhood, which I think is pretty crazy for a few reasons. The first being the fact that Robinhood actually was pressured to list Shib months ago, when it was first pumping and when it had first come down off of its initial pump. The community was absolutely on Robinhood's tail to get them to list, but Robinhood would not listen. And I think that it is, in some sense of the word, funny, the fact that Shib now has a larger market cap than Robinhood, at least for the moment. I'm sure they'll flip-flop back and forth, but one of the biggest and most accessible investing platforms right now has been passed by a dog cryptocurrency, which I'm sure they would not be proud of, and I'm sure looking back on it, they absolutely they wish that they would have listed Shib. So I definitely think that's funny, and I definitely think that's something to continue watching as Shib passes a lot of our major platforms out there. I think it's funny that it passed XRP for a little while. It's now sitting below XRP, but the market cap list is definitely getting pretty crazy as far as Shib is concerned, because none of us, let's be honest, ever thought Shib could get to a point like this. So let's go ahead and now look at the market cap chart, where you can kind of get a better outline of where Shib currently stands. So if you guys take a look here, SHIB currently sits at number 9 on the list as far as market cap is concerned in the crypto industry. Now, what does this actually sit above? It sits right above Dogecoin, which is absolutely crazy considering that just a few months ago, the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, went on a podcast, I believe it was a Lex Fridman podcast, and talked about how SHIB was at best a $7 to $8 billion market cap crypto. The fact that it now currently sits at just over $42 billion is absolutely above even what the top entrepreneurs and connoisseurs of the space ever thought was possible for SHIB. The fact that it is now past Dogecoin is obviously going to spark a crazy rivalry, and I think we can expect to see the price of Doge pump in the next few days. So if you're looking for a project to get in on right now, I would definitely recommend Doge or SHIB, as I do think that neither of their runs are over just as of yet. As I mentioned about a second ago, XRP and Polkadot was recently passed up by SHIB. SHIB ultimately fell back below their market caps, and I definitely think it could happen again. I could easily see SHIB moving into kind of the 7, 8, potentially even 6 spot as far as market cap is concerned, especially if SHIB gets listed on a platform like Robinhood, like so many of us are expecting it to do so after, all this crazy pump and after all the media surrounding SHIB at the moment. I definitely think it is going to be a hotter coin than Doge for a while, which kind of leads me to believe that Robinhood will at some point list SHIB. I'll have a video coming out on that a little bit later if you guys want to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for that. So, I don't want to, drag this video out too much longer, guys. I kind of wanted to outline SHIB's current position in the market, show you guys some of the millionaires and billionaires that SHIB is creating at the moment, and kind of, bring you guys the morning news, at least where I am. But I'll definitely keep updating you guys throughout the day. I want to keep bringing these SHIB videos out, as I do think it is the most interesting story in crypto right now. So without further ado, I will leave you guys to go do your own research and buy some SHIB. It's been Rob. I hope you guys subscribe and stay with me. Peace.